Good morning, students. Welcome back to our English class. Let us recall what we have learned in yesterday's class. The verb in a sentence must always agree with the subject in number, that is, singular or plural. The singular subject takes a singular verb and plural subject takes a plural verb. Yes? And the verb in a sentence must always agree with the person. That is whether it is first person, second person or third person. Now here if it is first person singular, it takes singular verb, and if it is first person plural, it takes plural verb. And the second person singular and plural, both of them take a plural verb. Now third person singular takes singular verb and the third person plural takes plural verb. Yes. So this is what we have learned in yesterday's class. So in today's class, let us learn few more important points to remember regarding subject verb agreement. Yes. So let's get started. Now here when we indicate about nouns related to food, clothing, furniture or stationery. Stationery means pens, pencils, all these things. They are considered as singular. So they take a singular verb. Now for example, the furniture needs repair. Now here furniture means benches, desks, sofa set, chairs, all these they come into furniture. You might think that as there are so many things, you might think there are plural in number. No, they are considered as one. That's why they take a singular verb. Now children, I want to inform you one more thing. See, in the first sentence, the furniture needs repair. Now, don't think needs is a plural verb. It is not a noun. Now, if it is a noun like boy, boys, it takes an S to form plural. But it is not the case with a verb. Verb does not take an S to form a plural verb. Okay, keep this thing very much in mind. Like the noun, the verb does not need an S to form the plural. So here needs is a singular verb only. Okay. Yeah. Now next example. The food is kept covered to keep off flies. Now here food is considered as singular. It can be anything. It may be rice, chapati, idlis or noodles or anything. But it takes a singular verb. Yes, yeah, I hope you understood this rule. Let's go to the next one. Now whenever we talk or refer about a pair of scissors, a pair of jeans, what do we use? We use a singular verb. So don't think when you see scissors and jeans, don't think they are plural and use a plural verb. They always take a singular verb. Like a pair of socks is washed and kept for you. So is the singular verb. And the next sentence, a pair of trousers is hanging on the clothesline. So a pair of is taking a singular verb is. Yes. So again I repeat, you might think pair means two, it is plural. No, it is considered as one and it takes a singular verb. Let's check the next rule. Whenever we use words like lot of, plenty of to refer to quantity of something, we always use a singular verb with them. Now here, let us check the example. A lot of milk has spilled on the floor. So, singular verb has is used. Plenty of water was wasted. So, again it is taking singular verb was. These two are referred to as quantity. Now, when we refer to countable nouns, that is things which can be counted, like refer to number or countable nouns, we have to use plural verbs with them. Let's check the example. A lot of children. So here it is a plural subject. So we are using are plural verb. There are plenty of books. So see, just plenty of and a lot of. See the variation in these two sentences. When we are referring to quantity, we are using singular verb, and when we are referring to countable nouns or number, we are using plural. Yes. So these things you have to really learn them by heart or remember them using certain mnemonics. Okay. Yeah. So let's check the next one. Now we are coming to the quantifiers. We already learned the chapter adjectives. So you are aware of the word quantifiers. Quantifiers means which give information about the quantity or the number of something. Now here much and a little take a singular verb, like much has already been given. So much is the word over there, a subject, and it is taking a singular verb. Just a little patience is needed. Now when you you come across the word patience, you might think it is something plural and you might use a plural verb. No, it takes much and little, always take a singular verb. Now again I repeat, children, you can learn these rules or remember these rules only through thorough practice and reading books. You have to read books so that you can really master these rules. Let's check the next rule. News. You know what is news? Every day you'll be hearing it in your TV channels. Yeah, news. News, you might think there is an S over there and you always use a plural verb. No, news always takes a singular verb. What is the latest news about the IPL matches? What is the breaking news about the space mission? So here is used. Is the singular verb. So news always takes a singular verb. Yes. So children, please pay attention again. This point which I am discussing now, usually all of them get confused. If you listen carefully, you won't. I am damn sure. Now, indefinite pronouns like each, either, neither, and everyone always take singular verbs. Students, now you always think that whenever there is everyone or each one of them, so you might think there are more than one person in that group, and you get tempted to use a plural verb, but they always take a singular verb. Let us check with few examples. One of the girls is sick. So here when you saw girls over there at the end of the subject, you might use a plural verb, but no, it takes a singular. One of the girls in that group, one of the girl. Okay, so one of the girls is sick. Either of the two children is sick. Okay, again, sick or is mischievous, we can say. So there are two children. In those two children, one of them is sick. So here it is singular only, no? So we are using is. Everyone is ready to leave. Now here, when a word everyone comes in the sentence as a subject, you might think it takes, everyone means so many people are there and you might use a plural. No, don't get confused. Use is whenever you come across a word everyone. Everyone is ready to leave. Next one. Now, each of the boys is talented. Now, here again, when you saw the word boys, you might think that it takes a plural verb. No, it is going to take a singular verb. So, I hope you are clear about it. It is where these indefinite pronouns always take a singular verb. Yes, children. Let's check the next one. Now, there are two subjects in the sentence. What are those? There are two girls, Rita and Maheshwari. Rita and Maheshwari are best friends. So here we can say that when the subject of a sentence is composed of two or more nouns or pronouns and it is connected by and, and, and whenever two subjects, that is two nouns or pronouns are connected by and, we use a plural verb. Yes, hope I am clear with this rule also. Let's check the next one. Collective nouns. Here also children get confused and are tempted to use a plural verb whenever they come across a collective noun in the sentence. No, collective nouns are considered as singular, that is, they're considered as one unit. Though collective nouns refers to the group of people, animals or things, they are considered as one or one unit. So it takes a singular verb. A team of players is ready to enter the court. Now, whenever you see players, you immediately think that, okay, it is plural. I will take the noun is plural, the subject is plural. I will give a plural verb to it. No. Here, a team of players, a collective noun. Similarly, a flock of sheep is grazing in the meadow. A flock is a collective noun of sheep. So, it is taking an verb, singular verb is. Yes. Now let's check the next one. When a plural number is used for distance, weight and amount of money as a single figure or quantity, it is regarded as singular and it takes a singular verb. Like for example, 5,000 rupees is donated by this gentleman every year. So whenever you see 5,000 rupees, you think it is plural, more than one, and you think we need to give a plural verb to it, but it takes is, singular verb. 3 years is a long time to forget your sorrows. So here also 3 years, you see 3 years are you might use. No, 3 years is. Certain plural numbers, like when we are talking about the distance, weight or amount of money, we use a singular verb. Students, so from all these rules and examples which we have studied yesterday and today, from this we can confirm that only through thorough practice you can master these rules and remember these points very well. Like children, I would like to quote an example for you. Now, you asked your parents for something and your parents do not agree. Sometimes they agree, sometimes they do not agree. Yes? What do? Do you get angry and start shouting? Or do you try to convince them patiently? I think you try to convince them patiently because your work has to be done, isn't it? Similarly, the subject in a sentence must always agree with the verb to make it meaningful and grammatically correct. Yes, so I hope you understood all the rules of the subject verb agreement. That's all for today's class. Thank you.